keep trying to check the forecast out of habit, but you know, somewhere between sunshine and tornadoes. I have actually been ready to go for about an hour and a half, but I kept getting hit by these big storm clusters, and I was waiting to break down until it wasn't pouring. Good news is I was able to contact a local trail angel up ahead, so I think I have a plan for charging my batteries and getting cleaned up. Unfortunately, it won't be till tomorrow night, so I'm gonna have to deal with the rain all day. But so if my sleeping pad looks a little funky today, it is because this is how I deal with a very wet rain fly and yet trying to protect it from branches. Now, of course, my biggest issue is going to be these frog togs because they will basically shred if I get into any bad plants. I feel like the first however many 100 miles of this trail made me relax on some of the things, like having, you know, a rain jacket that works as brush armor. And then Ohio. So last night after I got in the tent, I started hearing an ATV close enough that I actually paused my show and got ready to talk to somebody. Never did catch sight of them. The other thing I was considering as far as yesterday, why I might have been dragging, is looking at the schedule. You know, it only gets dark at about 9 o'clock. So I tend to have pretty long days here. I naturally wake up around 5 a.m. And if I'm not setting up the tent till 9, or some cases 9:30, and then I have to eat and get everything sorted in the tent, I'm not in bed till 11 something. And then I'm hiking a, 10 plus hour day. It's only an issue a certain time of year, but we got hit pretty bad by that on the Mississippi, where we were just so exhausted because we were using daylight and just not able to run on endurance level stuff on, 5-6 hours of sleep. There's nothing really to be done about it. I mean, I could try and shift my day earlier, but again, videos and planning is all done in the morning. So at least I have some sort of an explanation other than I'm just a wimp. Or I could just say I'm getting older, Every year I'm older, and that doesn't do you any favors. Forecast wise, as usual, I have no bloody idea what is going on out here. Bug. I checked the forecast yesterday when I was down in town, and it was saying, warmer towards the end of the week and a mix of cloudy, sunny days with a little bit of rain. And then I just checked when I had reception on this ridge, and now it's saying basically rain for the entire week. So basically somewhere between sunshine and tornadoes. I have also been getting hundreds of spider webs an hour in the face ever since I left the road. The signs of a trail that doesn't get visited that much. So this was the point that I was kind of aiming for last night. It doesn't actually look reasonable for camping. Where I stopped was better. So yeah, today we'll be in the rain, staying wherever I'm staying. Tomorrow night, Dory, the trail angel extraordinaire, is planning to pluck me off the trail, and then I can get cleaned up, recharged overnight, and then back on trail the following morning. I tend to prefer hotel rooms. It's just my introvert nature. I like having a place where I can close the door and have privacy for my off trails, since that tends to recharge me more than shared spaces. But those options are few and far between here, and I am very grateful for the opportunity of a place to stay and get cleaned up. I think I am somewhere around the halfway mark through Ohio, which is depressing because it feels like I've been doing a lot here. And some of these sections are just, again, slower going, trail maintenance, etc. However, the good news is that just means I'm, a week and a half, 2 weeks away from Cincinnati area. Oh, hey buddy. Say hello to taters. As far as this frog tog jacket, I have been putting it through quite a bit of use here. I'm still happy with it. I mean, any gear, no matter what you're talking about, has trade-offs. These are no different. Obviously, they're delicate. The kind of papery inside does help with moisture inside, but if you're out for an extended period, it still feels wet like any rain jacket as you're sweaty inside of it. And in areas like out east, I'm finding that the arms of my base layer will just get soaking wet, not because any water's getting through, but just because this material doesn't ventilate any better than any of the other options I've tried. And there's no pit zips. I sent my jacket to my parents and my Black Diamond Stormline stretch, and also sent them some Nick Wax Tech Wash. So I'm gonna have them treat that. And my plan will be to switch back into that jacket at least by Colorado, because once it starts to get rougher out there, I want to have full-on pants and a rain jacket when I'm over the Continental Divide. The Frog Tog jacket has been reasonable value for the cost, and if you're not constantly out in the rain. The biggest problem I've had, other than the sweat and delicateness, is that the zipper has started to give way. You can see it's just kind of sewn on, so I have to be really careful how I hold it. Keep in mind though, this wasn't straight out of the packaging when I got it. Somebody who gave us a ride over that bridge back in Maryland, Chesapeake Bridge, he had one and gave it to me because I was looking for one to test. It's funny, I obviously love talking about gear, ins and outs, trying things. I just hate making videos about it, partially because they're not as fun to edit as, hey, here I am on this grand adventure. And also, I just pretty much hate every YouTube video ever made that is a gear review, I think. I don't like the kind of clickbaity thumbnails and what you have to name them and things like that to, you know, get higher up in the algorithm. And most of the reviews that are well shot, good audio, etc., I mistrust, because somebody has a 4K camera set up and a bunch of fancy stuff. I have doubts that they're using the thing as heavily as I need for it to be kind of an authentic opinion, at least to me. Far too many of them are, oh, look at this thing that I got for free in exchange for a review, slash this thing that I bought set up in the yard, slash this thing I used a handful of weekends in very sedate conditions. Tech reviews I will trust if they're well shot, etc. Because, you know, you're around civilization anyway. But again, I just blame my cynical nature, I guess. I also have a theory that, you know, the majority of YouTube views generally, for our channel at least, comes from YouTube showing it to people, recommending it to people, and people seeing it on the home screen or coming up next. And I think that it is pretty well showing it to people looking for daily hiking videos, because anything non-daily hiking video generally does not do well, or even as well as I would expect, you know, relative to channel audience and everything. We are a small to medium channel, you know, we just hit 8,000 subscribers, and I think we're like 20,000 view hours a month. So I keep an eye on that sort of thing, but there's not enough that we can draw any conclusions from what we're doing. I'm really not interested in doing any of the cringy, clickbaity, TikTok-y style content, even if it did get us higher numbers. And there really seems to be a shift. Like, okay, 8,000 subscribers, and when I log into YouTube Studio, which is the posting app versus YouTube itself is the viewing app, it puts subscribers front and center, and it tells you how much has changed in the last month and makes you feel good because numbers go up. But you dive deeper into the analytics, and other than a number that makes you feel better because they're showing it to you, it doesn't seem like subscriber count matters. And I'm seeing that on some of the partnered YouTube groups I've looked at also. You know, half of our views come from people who aren't subscribed. A ton of people watch on like an Apple TV sort of thing, and they're not logged in a lot of cases. So they're just seeing it based on what they watched last time. And it can be really awkward to subscribe or thumbs up or any of that. My biggest wish for that Studio app is just that they would let you change those numbers they show you up top to something that was a little more reasonable. because it's hard, again, just not to get excited about, oh, look, subscriber milestone, versus all the other ones that are a bit more important. I do get the occasional email offering like video editing services. I guess that would be one solution for the review stuff. Record a bunch of random shots just of me talking about something, find somebody halfway competent to edit them, and then, okay, if people find it useful, all good. I really don't like the not doing my own editing idea. I know some of the bigger channels do that, at least based on some of the offers that claim, you know, their clients are, you know, YouTube Hiker Drama Channel 01 and things like that. But you can edit things to completely change the vibe of whatever you have out here. I mean, if I cut out a whole heck of a lot of content, it feels like I'm much more badass. But that's just kind of doing a puppet show versus capturing what it was actually like out here, which is what I want to remember. It is a pretty morning out here. And goodbye any stitch of dry clothing I had anywhere on my body. I don't know what the supposed snack stand has, but I'm choosing to picture hamburgers and soda and hot coffee and breakfast burritos and all the things. Yeah, not sure if I can follow that shower thing. This is where I originally thought I might try and camp last night until the day went a little slower. It would have been a push anyway, but it has bathrooms, electric, even has showers. So bad news, no hot food. Worse news, I think the guy behind the counter has Noro, so I figured buying a soda was worth the risk, and I kind of threw the $2 at him from 5 feet away. So as much as I hate throwing away food, I have had way too much with me, so I got rid of some bars and things in the Yield trash can over there. Now I'm just trying to drink a little bit before getting back on the road. That was a rather pleasant little interlude, other than the whole being damp and cold thing. And as with all the other parks I've been through, they're all pretty much deserted. So my food is set up a little better now, got rid of some of the extra bars. Pack fits together much better, and I should be good to get to Peebles, especially since Dory, the trail angel, is going to feed me tomorrow night, apparently. And this is the problem with blazes. I kept going, and there are blazes up there. They're old, but no older than some of the others, but as near as I can tell, this was actually relocated, and we're now supposed to follow these. This whole forest area really would not be that bad without whatever these stinging plants are. The stinging doesn't last too long, but they're highly painful. I try to avoid going through them as much as I can, but there's only so much you can do. I've been referring to them as stinging nettles, but I don't know that they're the stinging nettles that I grew up suffering from in Texas. But basically it's these jagged plants, and if you look close, they have all these little thorns or hairs. So I do my best not to brush in on the stems, stomp on plants, things like that, but there's only so much I can do. And like right now, they really hurt. The only plus is they don't last as long as, say, mosquito bites. Problem is I just can't avoid them all. Fuck. And this is what's called Matt getting desperate / tired of the fucking pain. So this section had 3 different aggressive dog reports by the same person. So I'm about to go to war here, or similar to the others, it's going to be a big pile of nothing. Oh, that's different. those were actually more aggressive than I'd like, but the others were nothing. So yeah, that's not really a breed that worries me, but he did snap at my trekking poles a couple of times, and they didn't back off. You know, they came out of the yard, and if I stepped forward and went back, they kind of stuttered back, but they didn't leave me alone. One's still back there following me. And that was the first one that came out of the yard too. Nobody seemed to care. I was yelling at them, and no owners, and those are from 2 different yards too. Oh, this is gonna be fun. I'm not sure what happened through here. I lost the blue blazes in all the down trees. This road is a little upslope. The far outline is off to the left. But that happened previously where they relocated something. So as long as it gets me to the same place. This side has just been an interesting route finding challenge. This dumped me on a road, and there was a very, very subtle blaze off to the side. I went the wrong way, and then I just happened to catch sight of these cut logs. Well, today is obviously the point where the chainsaw crews were not able to get. Damn. Well, that kind of sucked. Anyway, there is a high school down here. They do allow camping. It actually sounded kind of unique because they apparently let you in to use the showers and everything. I was kind of tempted to do it just for the unique factor, but it's only 5 o'clock. With the slow progress through this last section, I can't give up another 3-4 hours of hiking. Little guy. Okay, I've barely been filtering, but I'm about to get down to the road, and I don't know if I'm going to find anybody on this road walk, so filtering it is. So I dropped down from over there. Interestingly enough, there's another wildernessy section here, but there's some sort of drama that is not fully explained by comments. It's something about a local hunter has exercised his option to make people not use the trail through there. So have to do this road walk around it. Okay, I originally came back here to go to the bathroom, but it is 8:20 or so. It's getting close to dark, and I'm not liking the neighborhood I'm in, so I decided to jump at this. I think it's flat enough I can manage. Tomorrow, hopefully, I can get cleaned up. That was seriously one of the most miserable days out here with just all the wet and the down trees and stinging nettles and everything else. And more great timing.